旧金山交通局中文月报第8集马上为您播出。大家好，欢迎收看旧金山交通局中文月报第8集，我是梁秋玉，也是旧金山交通局的社区公关专员，也是这个节目的主持人。那大家看到我今天穿的这个服装呢，是为了响应我们万圣节的氛围。那大家看到我这个装束呢，其实是这个旧金山中央地铁 T 线列车的一个模型，所以呢，希望大家喜欢。那接下来我们先来了解一下旧金山交通局在10月份都有哪些项目更新和活动。首先关注10月11号，旧金山市长布里德、市参事梅义嘉以及旧金山交通局共同宣布 Muni Westportal 站的安全以及社区空间改善计划的最新进展，带大家到新闻的发布会上去看看。Muni Westportal 站安全以及社区空间改善项目从今年4月开始，主要是因为3月发生了一起致命车祸，导致一家4口身亡。惨剧发生后，市长布里德要求旧金山交通局连同市府其他相关部门、社区成员、居民和商家一起合作召开多次会议，协助市府了解该社区最需要改进的安全措施。
This is not about trying to push back vehicles.This is about trying to make sure that we have a transportation network and infrastructure that allows for bikes, that allows for people who are walking, that allows for those who are catching Muni and vehicles to be able to move around this city safely and efficiently.
We invested in some traffic calming, and we were more thoughtful about the ways in which we manage the car traffic so that we focused car trips into the neighborhood commercial district while downplaying car trips that were cutting through the neighborhood commercial districts. Again, to support traffic safety and small businesses at the same time.
第7区市参事梅义嘉也有召集会议，并聆听社区的声音。
So it's really important that we come up with ways where we can talk to one another and make progress on our challenging decisions without getting polarized or breaking down communication. So for that, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank the welcoming Westportal Committee.
该项目于7月获得旧金山交通局董事会批准，并立即展开改进工程，包括在3条主要街道 Ulloa、Vicente 以及 Wawona 街增设减速设施，对车辆实施转弯限制措施，并增设公交车道，将 Lenox 街改成只能南行的单行道，而车站外面的马蹄形区域将重新设计和美化，包括增加盆栽植物、单车停靠站以及壁画。Westportal 不仅是商业走廊，也有学校、游乐场以及图书馆，也是 Muni 3条轻轨列车和2条巴士路线的交汇地点，日均总共服务约5万人次客流量。接下来关注一下 Muni 的最新数据。今年9月的工作日，也就是周一到周五，日均的乘客量呢，我们已经回升了。是自2020年2月以来回升最多的，是达到超过50万乘客量。那这个已经是恢复到疫情前的4%。统计数据显示，今年9月 Muni 的日均乘客量从去年的48万4千人增至52万1千人次，日均乘客量增加了3万7。另外，周末的乘客量更加恢复至疫情前的2%。如果按月计算，今年9月的乘客量已经达到1390万人次，与去年同期相比增加了近100万。另一方面 Muni 中央地铁华埠白兰站的乘客回流量今年8月与去年同期相比也增加超过50%。在巴士服务方面，49号巴士在 Van Ness 快速公交车道项目完工后，缩短了乘车时间，提升了可靠性，因此乘客巴士恢复至 122%。其他超过100%乘客量的巴士路线还有14、9、19和12号巴士。接下来我们关注一下旧金山交通局正在进行的一个防止逃票的宣传活动。那自2019年以来呢，我们逃票的现象是增加了8%。那这 与此同时呢，其实我们也增加了付费的方式，包括使用 Muni Mobile 啊，还有就是大家如果去 Chase Center 或者是去看 Outside Lines 的这些活动呢，其实你的那个门票就是我们的 Muni 车票，所以这些呢也都令到很多人感觉到为什么他们不付钱，因为他们不需要刷卡，所以我们进行这个教育活动呢，也是让大家了解更多 Muni 的付费方式。尽管大多数 Muni 乘客都会付费乘车，但仍有逃票情况出现。为此，旧金山交通局会增聘35名查票员，在乘客较多的路线进行查票。
And we are communicating to the public and the ridership about the importance of paying for every ride on Muni, why fares are important to address our upcoming financial situation and fiscal cliff, and also to stress the fact that not every way of payment requires riders to tag at the fare box. So, we're directly addressing the issue about, the perception of fare evasion to make sure that the public and the ridership knows that SFMTA is taking the issue seriously and kind of addressing it from multiple different angles.
购买 Muni 车票有几种方式，包括能充值的 Clipper 卡、Muni Mobile App、使用零钱在巴士上的购票箱买票，或者在地铁站内的购票机购票。
中文又得，英文又得，可以撳個掣，即係可以選中文咁咯。咁就可以買票咯，可以買單程又得，你成人嘅Clipper 卡又得咯。
咁除咗用 cash 都可以用信用卡。
係啊，可以信用卡。如果你用 Clipper 卡再按呢度買咯，如果你用現錢又得。
65岁或以上的低收入长者，以及18岁或以下的青少年都可以免费乘坐 Muni， 上车也无需刷卡。另外，目前用 Muni Mobile App 購票的乘客上車也無需刷卡。
但如果譬如有啲人喺車度見到你哋嚟啦，咁佢哋需要做啲咩嘢？你哋會問佢攞啲咩嘢？
我哋問佢哋有冇即係證明佢哋有冇買飛咯。咁佢哋我哋有個機去 check 佢哋有冇買飛㗎，係咯。但係有啲就唔需要機啦，即係要 Lifeline Pass， 如果有佢喺同個司機買咗飛成，我哋要 check 個時間咯。
如果佢冇買飛，我哋點處理？
冇買飛，即係我哋就問佢哋點解冇買咧，即係有冇原因咯。即係好似話遊客時我哋唔明白，我哋就可以叫佢買飛咯。但係好似搭霸王車，咁我哋就一係就可以警告佢哋，一係就俾張告票佢哋咯。第一次都係130蚊㗎而家。
买票乘车的费用一定远低于罚款，所以希望大家都能遵守法规。您支付的车资也能帮助 Muni 继续为大家提供服务。旧金山交通局年度的巴士司机竞技比赛，那10月底也是在Daly City 的牛宫举行的。那除了参赛的有巴士司机之外，还有我们的停车管理员。那这个活动的主要目的呢，是为了提升司机们的驾驶技术，同时也是为乘客能够提供更好的、更安全的驾驶服务。参与竞技比赛的巴士司机要开40英尺长的巴士，在规定的时间和车速穿越设置的路障，如果撞到旁边的橙色安全锥形筒就会扣分或者被淘汰。参赛的司机说，这些比赛的路径比平时开巴士的道路还要窄，所以对提高技能也是一项考验。
I think I did pretty decent. It's my first time. We could all make some improvements. That's what we're going to do going forward. But for the first time, I think I did pretty good.
旧金山交通局有很多亚裔司机，局长谭木林也特别鼓励会双语的华裔加入司机队伍。安迪亮2年前申请加入 Muni， 在此之前则是在其他行业工作。他说，只要会开车，学习开巴士也不難。當他適應之後，現在也很喜歡這份工作。
咁等咗2個月到咧，咁就佢哋有 email 嚟就話你可以參加，咁我就參加咗。咁我係佢哋 offer 咗個training 俾我哋嘅，咁學咗大概2個零月到咧，咁就去考個 B 牌，係咁考完 B 牌佢就會即刻俾你做。 都係揸車就係有安全嗰個問題，又啲路又窄嘅問題，咁都好即係好小心，咁就變咗呢樣嘢係令到我好似有少少驚，咁但係揸咗幾日咁啦，咁已經係 overcome 晒呢啲問題啦，所以揸車即係完全唔係一個問題，所以就做得開始咯，好開心咯，係。
咁喺乘客方面咧，你覺得有咩挑戰㗎？即係遇到啲乘客啊
Of course 你要自己攞個心出嚟，就話咁樣去耐心去聽啲客係點樣問你，譬如話有邊度我要去邊度，咁更加係要耐心咁樣聽完佢講，咁你先至答佢，咁又要去好 patient 咁去答佢咯。
平日在旧金山巡街的停车管理员也有参加3轮小车的竞技比赛，同时也有古董车展，最后还有颁奖仪式。活动需要很多义工担任裁判和分发食物等。几位首次担任义工的员工都很开心参与这次活动。
It was my first time. The one challenge was waking up early because we had to get here at 7 in the morning, but we got coffee, so that helped. I had the judgment stop at the very end, so that was really fun, but a little bit nerve-wracking because they're going 20 miles an hour at us, and then they have to stop at the cone within 6 inches of the cone. So that was a little bit nerve-wracking when I would see them, but once we got to the side and were able to measure and all of that, it was super easy and fun.
Yeah. Everyone was great. It was really fun to see them show off their skills on the road and just be part of such a really cool event that I feel like operators don't get to have fun on the road, and this was a chance for them to show their skills.
The drivers navigating through the obstacle courses, I think, yeah, I was at the right-hand turn, just even with a simple maneuver, I think it just really highlights how difficult that is just navigating a bus. So it really has a lot of respect for the operators. So it's just great to see everyone coming together, and it's great for morale and yeah, a lot of positive energy and vibes.
So amazing, and getting to see people win their awards and their smiles, and people work really hard all year round, and we get to come together and have fun and do something that is creative and fun, and just it's so nice to come out here and be with everybody and be proud to be a part of Muni.
10月是美国的菲律宾裔历史月，那为了向旧金山交通局的菲律宾裔员工致敬，我们也举办了2次活动，带大家一起去看看。庆祝菲律宾裔历史月的第一个活动就是每年都会进行的缆车乘坐体验，另一个活动就是聚餐活动，大家一起分享和品尝菲律宾美食，分享自己的族裔文化和背景。
Filipinos are a backbone of our workforce. We understand hospitality, we understand how to serve. Being part of a community, for one, it helps you to understand your coworkers. And when you like and understand your coworkers, then the work is easier and it comes out better. Because it's not just you doing kind of soulless paperwork. It turns into like something that you want to do to serve your community a little bit better. Because you care about the people you work with, all those other things.
I know sometimes it gets interchanged with heritage, but I think it's important to really emphasize the history. It's because it talks about or really elevates, right, the contributions that Filipino Americans has played into U.S. history. And more so than that, the community of Filipinos has really, I think, played important roles. And I'm just gonna take it internally in SFMTA. We have a lot of Filipinos in leadership, and in part of my current role now in customer experience is about really engaging our customers and making them feel heard and valued. And that is inherently, the culture of Filipinos. We are naturally people of great hospitality and making sure people are welcomed and accepted, and just the feeling of sending warmth to everyone that we meet.
大家现在看到我又穿上了这个 T 线列车的这个模型。那么我们旧金山交通局呢，在万圣节这一天也有一个万圣节的派对，带大家一起去万圣节的现场看看。谢谢大家收看旧金山交通局中文月报第8集，也记得订阅我们的 YouTube channel @SFMTA Muni。谢谢您的收看，我们下次节目再会。